the family time to, of course, business. And that is a compass, right? Because you start to lose track of a lot of things you do, because when life comes and starts hitting you, if you woke up in the morning, you didn't read your goals, you know what you're going to do? You're going to wake up putting out fires and listening to everybody else's problems. You're going to start picking up the phone and you're going to get all those emails. Then you're going to look on social media and look how everybody's acting like they're so happy and they're so fly. So you got everybody's problems coming on your emails and you're jealous because everybody else looks so skinnier and wealthier than you when they all just are screwed up. So it's really goal setting that takes me out of when I am feeling low or feeling, I guess, even depressed. And often I also go, what's the core of where is this coming from? A lot of times we don't know where the core is. We don't know our why. Am I depressed right now because I'm either going to be out of money? And if I'm going to be out of money, am I depressed because I'm out of money because I got to give up that Benz that I overextended myself on? Or do I got to give up my home where my family is safe? Those are two different issues. One is the egotistical issue and one is the necessity issue, right? So a lot of times we don't know where the core of the emotion is coming from. Are we doing it for a bunch of other people, you know, or are we doing it for ourselves?
Necessity. Now, somebody asked the question, how did you discover your passion or your purpose?
It took me many years to discover it. I tried to do every other kind of business in life. I tried to go and buy crash cars. I had this beautiful plan. Here's how I was going to be a good jillionaire by the age of 20. I was going to buy a crash car, $5,000. I was going to get $5,000 worth of parts, put it together, $10,000, sell it for 15. After I buy one, then I'll buy two, then I'll buy 6, 8, boom. It's simple and done, and I was going to be a good jillionaire by 20 years old. I ran out of all my money in a month and a half, and I was broke.
Wow.
And the reason being is because, number one, I was just doing it for money. Number two is I hated using my hands, hated it. And number three is that, come on, I'm from the hood. You're going to buy crash car parts, you ain't buying it from no dealer.
Right.
You buying it from your man with your man's man, and I ain't like dealing with those people. I might as well have been dealing with my homies that were dealing drugs already. Right? So I realized, okay, boom, that's done. Then I took that 1 year off out of high school to then go to college. And you know that 1 year off turns into forever. So now all of a sudden I'm a waiter in Red Lobster, and all the kids I was laughing at that did go to college when I'm 22, 23 years old, I was laughing at them because they was, you know, back in the day we call them suckers or nerds or whatever the case is. Now I'm serving them shrimp. They're coming back from college. I got tartar sauce all on me, and they're like, hey, yo, homie, go get me another, you know, lighthouse drink or another ultimate feast. And I'm feeling like, yo, I'm the asshole now.
You sound like me, David, because I had fish as well, man. Like,
So I started looking at myself in the mirror and said, maybe you're not as smart as fly as you think you are, homie. You better do something. And then I realized I had two passions. I had a love for hip hop and I had a love for fashion. How can I put those things together?
Yeah. And one question asked about real estate. What are your thoughts on investing in real estate?
Real estate is a long game. Real estate is a great game, and there's various ways to invest in real estate. There is either buy and flip. There's buy, build up. Oh, there go your candy again.
It's magic finger.
Flip that back around. Yeah, there's buy and flip. You can buy dirt and put the pipes in and sell people foundations. You can buy Corp, commercial, triple tenant. All right, so real estate right now is going to be great. I mean, unfortunately, to this environment we have in another 2 years, all these people who are probably not going to have jobs and or these companies and businesses are going to the real estate market is going to start to get reset again, and you're going to be able to find great opportunities out there. Even now, you can find great opportunities, and you don't have to be somebody who is vicious to people. You can find the bank's going to have an abundance of inventory. They're going to have portfolios that they're going to want to auction off, or even maybe people who are being financially smart. Maybe they're saying, listen, you know what? I had two houses, or I had this big house. I decided I want to take equity out of it. I want to move to an apartment because my kids have moved out, and I want to start my own business. So why don't you, I'm going to let you purchase this house, and you get the house, and either you flip it or you use it for yourself. But inventory is going to be in excess in the market, and I would say buy in about 2 years. Right now, you're not going to see the pain of everybody until another 2 years.
Who were some of your mentors, and were you always like this as a kid, man? Did you know that, like you said, that you wanted to, be an entrepreneur? Share with us some of the books that inspired you as a kid.
Yeah, so my first mentors were books, of course, and like I just mentioned, one was Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and the next one is Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I love book Richest Man in Babylon and Blue Ocean Strategies. All those are somewhat around business. Anything that Tony Robbins writes, I was an avid listener to Tony Robbins, 10 Days to Power and all that kind of stuff. Physical mentors were, of course, my mother, a man who owned a corner store in my neighborhood named Tim. Actually, you look very similar to Tim. And when I was a kid, I used to go to the store and sweep up when I was about 10, 11 years old. But I got to tell people, if you're looking for the Mark Cubans of the world to be mentors, a lot of them are hard to get to. But a local, if I was a broadcast, I was trying to get into broadcast, you could be a great mentor to me, right? So a local business owner who'd been in business 10, 20 years, those people have went through economic downclimbs and changing of technology. They know the fundamentals of business just like me, or just like the person who runs General Motors. So Tim was one of my mentors, and a teacher, of course, was one of my mentors because I was dyslexic. I was really horrible in reading, and they allowed me to go and do more do this program in school called Co-op, where I'd work 1 week and then come back to school the next and get a credit for it. And then now I even seek out mentors, and one of my mentors is a guy named Jay Abraham, and a lot of other people. So I find inspiration in so many people that I just that I run across.
Next is asked about, could you explain advisory shares?
Yeah, advisory shares is like being on a board, and the reason why people have boards, it's kind of like people co-signing on you. So you say, hey, you know what, I got this product or this company, and here's my board of advisors, and those people are given advisory shares. A lot of times you hear that on Shark Tank, and they could be giving 1%, 2%, whatever the case is. And the reason why you say that there's a board is because you basically say, here's who's on my board. This person who understands technology, this person who understands retail, this person who understands finance. So that an investor says, okay, you're not going to be just stressing me about stuff, saying you don't know what's going on. You have an advisory board who are people who've already accomplished a lot in their own lives. So that's what an advisory board is, and that's the way you pay them, is by advisory shares.
Let's talk a little bit more, of course, about power shift and about.
I'm gonna move in. The sun is, I'm on my porch just like everybody else because my daughter is doing her homeschool thing right now.
How are the girls doing, man? I know. How's your wife? How's the fam doing? Because I know it's a period for everybody.
Yeah, my family's great. I'm only home with my wife and my 3-year-old. My other two daughters from my other marriage are 27 and 21, so they're good. And I'm spending a lot of time with my youngest. I wasn't able to do this when I was first coming up with my oldest daughter, so it's really, really amazing to be home with both my wife and my daughter. Yeah.
I know you took some time between the first marriage and your second marriage to spend quality time, and talk about that, man, because you didn't rush back into let me get married again. You waited and you invested into your child.
Yeah, and so my two daughters are older. I didn't rush to get married again because I didn't want them feeling like I was bringing in somebody else besides their mother. You know what I mean? And my ex-wife is absolutely phenomenal, and she's raised my girls so amazing. I didn't bring them in. I didn't bring anybody else in. Plus, trust me, I was married at not a young age, but I was married before I had gotten to the level of FUBU. So okay. I need a little time to hang out. In Houston with Jay Prince and Slim Thug and Bun B and and all my boys out there, you know what I mean? And Face and everybody.
I grew up with Face, man. We from the same hood, man.
How's he doing? How's he doing right now?
Man, he was real sick, and because he's had
I know
issues, and of course he was dealing with COVID-19 as well. So he'd already been battling some health challenges, but he's on the mend as well. So he's doing good, man. See it. Yeah. So
and stay down. All right. I said shout out to my man, stay down. But go ahead.
Yeah. All H down, baby. Let's talk a little bit about Shark Tank, because it's one of the favorite shows I love to watch, and I know sometimes when people come in, they have all kind of ideas, and how can you make a product successful, I guess, or what's a successful mindset to have, especially when you're trying to pursue becoming an entrepreneur, or you're trying to sell a product? You know, how do I make it successful?
Well, you know that I did write all that in my book, Power of Broke, and because I think a lot of people believe that a product you need to have a lot of money to launch a great product, and that couldn't be nothing further than the truth. You know, the number one reason that startups fail is actually overfunding. People go out and either borrow too much money or they over leverage something, and they haven't developed the product yet or sold the product. And what they do is they take out $100,000 loan. Now they got a $20,000 website when they need a $1,000 Facebook page. They bought, 10,000 units of their first product, and the first unit you ever buy is never going to be good, right? And now you got 10,000 pieces of garbage instead of getting, 100 units and trying to sell them and figuring it out and working it better and better and better. So the first thing is a mindset of how do I build a community and get people to buy my product and or my services with little to nothing, because I didn't go global with Fubu first. I just became the best person I could be in New York, and not even all over New York, in like 7 stores in New York. And when I finally went out to go and get funding and stuff like that and distribution, they basically said, okay, if you did this in this small area, we can replicate this around the world. They weren't like, how big are your sales? So when you hear us ask about sales on Shark Tank, we don't care that they're not big. They could be very small, but they need to be small in a short time. They could be big. You could say I sold $1 million. You could say I sold $1 million worth of stuff, and I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. And how long? They'd be like 20 years. I'd be like, 20 years. We can't replicate that. I'm not going to be around for 1,000 years, right?
Yeah.
But if you said I sold $50 worth of stuff in 1 hour because I opened up my trunk outside the mall and the thing was $1 and I sold 50 of them in 1 hour, I go, okay, now we got a business, a big business. If you would have said, I got this little spinning thing, it's a little spinner, cost me $1 to make, I sell it for $5. I sold $100 worth of these things in like 20 minutes, and people keep coming back and saying they're addicted to it.
Yeah.
We got something we're going global with, baby.
Yeah, we got something we can work with. And that's what catches your attention, especially on the show. And I guess my second question would be, what's probably the strangest thing you've ever saw somebody try to come and persuade you guys with?
Well, first of all, that captured my attention, dialing it back for 1 second. However, it's the person pitching that catches my attention more than ever before, because we always go, so whether it's somebody right now we're talking to who's talking about, themselves at the job and themselves as an investment. Right now, whenever I look at an investment, even if it's that spinner thing, if you're annoying as hell, I'm not investing in you, right? It's just like your job. You go and get a job and apply. When I look at you, after I see your resume, it's literally, do I like you? Because can I sit next to you for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for, the next 5 years? So everybody right now who's at their job, when the boss is thinking about who they're laying off, the people who were the cheerleaders and the people who were around and they were the problem solvers, those are cool. The ones who are annoying anyway and the boss wanted to get rid of them, or the coworker said, I can't stand this person, those people are gone right now, just so you know. But you were saying, what's the weirdest thing I ever seen on Shark Tank? The weirdest thing I ever seen on Shark Tank was season 1. A guy who wanted to implant Bluetooth in people's neck or in their brain, in their head. Now, I understand that thing may come around in a certain way, 10, 20 years from now. Maybe it'll be a sticker. This guy wanted to surgically implant it. The biggest issue about implanting it is when you want to charge at night, charge your phone, you had to stick this long rod through your neck to charge your phone. So that was 100%. He was off.
That's crazy to me. Well, once again, Power Shift, it's available, bestseller. And I want to talk real quickly, mentally flown by. I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to talk with you and to just pick your brain, because I could talk to you all day and pick your brain on so many thoughts and ideas and things that are going on. But I want to talk about the Daymond on Demand and, of course, about Power Shift again and how everybody can get their hands on it.
Yeah, so I have a digital course, and this is the best thing that people should do when they're home now, and you don't treat this thing like Saturday. I want you to be disciplined. I want you to treat your day like a schedule. Like, listen, from 9 to 5, I'm going to do it. From 9 to 6, I'm going to do it. I don't care what it is, right? Cut your day up. Number 1, your nutritional health or working out, all the things that you want to do. Put yourself on a schedule. You'll never get to it if you don't. Making those calls if you need to. And stuff like my digital course or anybody's digital course. I don't care. Read it in a book. Make sure that you're stronger when you leave this thing. So my digital course is called Daymond on Demand, but there's also some free digital courses that I have that you can absorb. One, just go to learnlikeashark.com. Learnlikeashark.com. That is free, and it's a portion of my digital course, and I'm telling you, you will absolutely love this. Or go and get financial intelligence. Open a TD Ameritrade account. They have these tools on there to show you how the stock market works, and you get like Monopoly money and play with it and see how much you would have made over the course of a week or a month or whatever the case is, so that so now in the future you'll get some more financial intelligence. But go onto my site, go on to learnlikeashark.com and get my free digital tools. And then my book is called Power Shift. I do have a copy around here somewhere. I'm ill prepared. I don't really push it hard like that, but it's called Power Shift. It's in stores right now, and it is absolutely, it would have prepared you a little bit for today. And I have some of the best subjects in the book and how they managed to conquer the world. Kris Jenner, Lindsey Vonn, Billie Jean King, and Pitbull, Mark Cuban, Bethany Frankel. So,
well, Daymond, man, I appreciate you taking the time out, allowing us to come into your space and just kind of give some words of encouragement. I know you are a spiritual man as well. Just kind of give words of encouragement to those who are viewing this morning and those who will see it again this afternoon, and how we're able just to navigate through this period in the history of our country, because some would say it's a dark period. I say it's an opportunity for us to look at ourselves introspectively and then make some moves that are going to better our future and the future for our children, next, third, and fourth generation. But speak to us just some words of encouragement.
yeah, I am a spiritual man. I don't doubt anybody. I don't blame anybody for any of their faith. Of course, we're coming across Holy Thursday and Good Friday and Easter Sunday, so this is the time, I think, a time to make sure that your faith holds you. Faith is the only thing that could guide you through life. Faith in yourself and your family, and of course, the people that Jesus and God. And I happen to be Catholic, so that's who I believe in. Take this time right now to reflect and understand your why. Why have you been doing what you've been doing? Have you been going to that job or not going to that job because of your parents told you it was something you should do, you think society is telling you something you do, or because you want to save the planet, you want to enrich your life, and you want to make sure that your children, your family, your husband, your wife have the best things that they have that maybe you didn't have in life, right? So take inventory of why you're going there. Then take inventory yourself. You can't dictate what's going to happen in the market or in the world, but all you can do is take inventory of what you have. Warren Buffett said it the best. Economies will come and go. Technology will change. The planet will change. The only thing that will not change is you. And the only thing you can invest in is you. So what inventory do you have right now? That means your Rolodex, your contacts, what friends and or people you have to call to kind of maybe collaborate with. Do you have your health as inventory? Do you have your loved ones as inventory? Your faith as inventory? Your house? You don't have a house? Your job? What do you have there, and how do you use that first to hopefully get the most out of it and use it during these tough times? And you know what? Then also create a roadmap, goals, like we talked about, strategies. What are you willing to do? How far are you willing to go? Where's your cutoff line? How much time are you willing to invest? Who do you have around you that will jump on board? Listen, Fubu had a big 05 on it. The reason it had an 05 on it was always supposed to be 5 partners in Fubu. We went through 10 of that 5th partner. They didn't stick around. 10 of those 5th partner. We ended up being 4 guys because others didn't stick around. But I got a lot of people behind me to help push Fubu. And then I got people in the streets behind me. I got LL behind me. Like, start creating a movement in whatever else you're doing. And even if you're going back to a job right now, call your boss right now if you really love your job and really come up with some ideas on how you can help the business. I hit my staff and I said, guys, I hired all you because you're smarter than me. One of you right now has either had ideas that we've never done before or always wanted to do. Let me know what's up. What are we not doing right? And one person raised their hand. They told me an idea. And I said, why didn't you ever tell me that? He said, I've been trying to tell you, you idiot, for the last 6 months. You just were too busy. And I was like, okay, you got it. Shame on me. Let's go. Let's rock. So there's so many different ways that you can do this right now, and take advantage of it. The reality is whatever's here is here. We can't harp and moan on that type of stuff. right? So I grew up young and black and short from the hood. That ain't gonna change. I ain't gonna be somebody else tomorrow. I just said, all right, that's what it is. Now let's get that out of the way, and how do we move forward and rock out?
But you definitely rocked out. You're a wealth of information, a person of influence to the nation and the world. And we are blessed by everything that God has blessed you with. And we're rocking FUBU and the New York hats in H-Town, man. We was trying to have that East Coast fly. And I'm just thankful for you, man, and for you stepping into
Nah,
your gift and to your purpose.
H-Town has always given me so much love. I love that place. So, listen, I ain't no stranger to H-Town. You never know if you're gonna see me at the Breakfast Club or the Turkey Hut. Just getting it in. So, I love H-Town. It's always been good to me.
Yeah, when you come back to H-Town, make sure you come by the station, man. Make sure you come by and
I will do.
more in-depth conversation. Power Shift is the best-selling book. Make sure you go out and get it. Shark Tank, I know we can always see Daymond on there. John, thank you, man, for coming by the People Station. Man, to be blessed, and we'll talk to you soon.
I love you guys. Stay safe.
Wow, what a powerful interview this morning. Great book. Make sure you guys go The Power Shift. And I know it was definitely an enrichment to you this morning, as it was to me. And excuse those planes flying over his head, because I know it was definitely messing with the feed. But it's a lot of great information I'm going to post. All right, we'll do it again tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Faith and Fame with AV, live from my local Houston BMW Center studios. Be blessed, guys.